Beer here back in the fantasy bar. Friday is here. St. Patrick's Day weekend is here, and we are back with a happy hour. 6 plays for you tonight. Every single play under 9,000 on both sites. Some plays under 7,000 as well, with 4 of those, including my favorite value play on tonight's slate. And of course, my favorite play on the entire slate that is under 9,000. Who we talking about? Only one way to find out. It's time to belly up to the fantasy bar. Welcome in, guys. Friday edition Beards Daily Fantasy 6-pack. Happy weekend. Happy St. Patrick's Day weekend, and happy Friday to everybody out there. We are back with 6 of my favorite plays for you tonight. Thank you, as always, for stopping by and checking out today's video. Before we get to the plays, take a second. Click that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. Pints and Picks back tonight as well with 2 of my favorite NBA prop bets for Friday night. Couple notes on the slate here tonight. DraftKings has all the games available. FanDuel chopped off that late game. And if you want to win some free swag here from the team at RotoGrinders with the brand new logo on it, stay tuned to the Beast of the Night contest here at the end of the video. Also, head over to Twitter. We'll be giving away 5 free hats with the brand new logo on them. So check out all the details on Twitter or that link in the description of the video. All right, let's get to it. One more thing. DraftKings going no late swap here tonight as well. So keep that in mind as you build those DK lineups. Let's start with my favorite value play on the slate. We're talking Bones Hyland of the Clippers. Now, this one obviously contingent on some injury situations, mainly James Harden looking iffy to go in this one, listed as questionable. Doesn't sound like he's going to give it a go. If he is in there, lessens obviously the interest in Bones Hyland, and we'll make some adjustments. But I don't think Harden goes. I think we see Hyland back in that starting lineup. And if that's the case, we're talking about a guy that's probably $2,000 at least underpriced on both of these sites. Will be popular, no doubt. But this is chalk I'm willing to eat at these low prices here. Went over 50 DraftKings points in that last spot start. I'm not expecting that level of production again, but this is not the first time we've seen this level of upside from this guy. Back-to-back here for the Clippers. We may see some other guys sitting as well. Bones Hyland, to me, the best value on this Friday night slate. All right, let's go and attack a matchup that we've been feasting on for years. We're talking centers against Charlotte. We're rolling Jusuf Nurkic of Phoenix. So we know by now, we've been talking about it a ton. Charlotte interior, certainly something that we want to pick on, and we can do it tonight with Jusuf Nurkic. Charlotte giving up the 3rd most points, 2nd most rebounds per game to this position, and Nurkic has been an absolute monster on the glass here of late. 10 or more rebounds in 8 of the last 9 games. A couple 20 rebound games, a 30 rebound game in there as well. That's translated into 4 games of 40 or more DraftKings points, and we know the upside is into the 60s here with Jusuf Nurkic. So just a great spot here tonight. I want to continue to attack centers against Charlotte. Get that exposure tonight with Jusuf Nurkic. All right, let's go to the mid-range next with Simone Fontecchio of Detroit. We try to find guys that check a lot of boxes, and he certainly is doing that here in his new home with Detroit, playing a boatload of minutes right now, over 35 per game over the last 3. The shot attempts, the volume has been there as well. 10 or more shots in 5 of the last 6 games. And this is a guy that can get it done in every single category. So really stuffing that stat sheet here and been great of late. The production, yes, been up and down. Guess what? That's what happens when these guys are in the mid-range. Let's focus on the positive here. 30 or more DraftKings points now in 4 of the last 6 games. We mentioned in our preview video, Cade Cunningham, one of the big questionable tags here on this slate tonight. If he is out, that's just more usage, more shots to spread around to guys like Fontecchio. So comes in good form, potential upside and boost if Cunningham is out. Fontecchio, one of my favorites here tonight in the mid-range. All right, let's get you a DraftKings only play tonight. We're talking Bogdan Bogdanovic of the Hawks. So sorry, FanDuel players, I don't know why they chopped this game off the slate. So DraftKings is certainly where we get some exposure here. I think a lot of focus for this team, and rightly, going to be on DeJounte Murray, coming off his big game, and he's been great of late. Another guy I like tonight, but that may need some leverage here on a guy like Bogdanovic, who's also been playing some great basketball here. 33 or more DraftKings points now in 4 straight games, and what a spot here against Utah. We know they don't play a ton of defense. They generally score a lot more points when they are at home. I think Atlanta going to join them in that party here. But the Jazz, bottom 6 in fantasy points allowed to both shooting guards and small forwards. Also bottom 8 in 3-pointers allowed to both of these positions. So right there in the wheelhouse of Bogdanovic. I think another big night in store. Get some exposure, get him in those lineups over on DraftKings. All right, let's stay in the mid-range here, guy that's available on both sides. We're talking Jeremy Sohan of the Spurs. So big spread in this game. I get it, the blowout concerns. What's that going to do? It's likely going to lower ownership on almost everybody in this game. So we can certainly take advantage as people are targeting other games that don't have these same concerns. Now the Spurs, we got to give them some credit. Yes, it's a bad young team, but they've been much more competitive at home, have won some games against some good teams, and have kept it close against a lot of good teams here of late. And Sohan really giving us a solid floor and ceiling combo. 29 or more DraftKings points now in 6 of the last 7 games. 3 of those games, it went over 32 DraftKings points, and we know the upside is there to go into the 40s. Another guy that can stuff the stat sheet here, playing some great basketball right now. Give me some exposure to Jeremy Sohan. All right, it's time to take a look at my favorite play for Friday night. Before we do that, let's continue our Beast of the Night contest. Free to play, easy to play, and most importantly, a thank you to you guys for all of your support. Click the thumbs up button and head to the comment section and guess fantasy points for my Beast of the Night on DraftKings tonight. Whoever's got the closest guess, we're going to give you some all new, brand new RotoGrinders swag with the new logo on it. So get your entries in. And while you're down there, who is your top play on this Friday night slate? Sound off in that YouTube comment section. All right, let's wrap it up here for Friday night with my favorite play on the slate. You know, Matt, Beast of the Night. All right, it's Beast time, and it's happy hour, so we're keeping everything under 9,000. We're going to go right back to that San Antonio-Denver game. We are rolling with Jamal Murray of the Nuggets, tonight's Beast of the Night. So down game for him last time out against Miami. That may have some people hesitating a little bit. We know people love the box scores, especially the newer players. But let's take a look at the run before that. 51 or more DraftKings points in 4 of his last 6 games, and only been under 38 twice in the last 10. Both of those games came against the Miami Heat. Now you get a spot against the San Antonio Spurs, who have been horrendous against point guards. We're talking 7 most assists allowed, 2nd most points per game allowed, and the 2nd most fantasy points per game allowed as well. If you're concerned about a blowout, you can stay away. I think Jamal Murray goes over 50 in this spot with upside into the 60s. Jamal Murray, easily my favorite play on the board in tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that'll do it here for Friday night in the Fantasy Bar. As always, any comments, questions, or feedback, you know where to find me. Hit me up in that YouTube comment section or on Twitter at Beermakersfan. Don't forget, your guess for Jamal Murray's fantasy output on DraftKings for a shot to win some all-new RotoGrinders swag. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salute. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist.